What's up guys, Josh here from Mixing Mango, and I'm making a little video on the OG blog, which is outlining the upcoming changes to the EOC. So this first bit is just a bit about these updates and also how the Calphite King is going to be released on the 14th, so that's pretty cool to see. But the main part is these updates. So first we've got changes to high level bosses. This is basically buffing God Wars bosses and Corporal Beast along with some other ones, and it's making it so you need higher levels and higher gear to take down these bosses. So you won't be able to solo Saradome in Mystic and stay there forever, or you won't get level 150 soloing a Soul Split and be able to stay for ages. So you're going to need closer to max stats and also Barrow's gear to be able to take down, Barrows are better, to be able to take down these bosses. So next we've got changes to the defensive values of armor. So at the moment the difference between Barrows, which is level 70, and next sets, which is level 80, just isn't big enough to make next sets worth buying or using. So people just use Barrows, Bandos, or, well, for magic they would use Ganodermic as opposed to Virtus because it's a whole lot cheaper and basically the same really. So now they're going to be using an exponential curve rather than a linear curve to plot these armors. So if you're saying that Dragon, it has 500 defense, let's say, currently Dragon would be 500, Barrows would be 600, and Torva would be 700. That's roughly how it would be at the moment, but with this exponential curve, Dragon will be 500, Barrows will be 700, and Torva will be 1100. So it's a lot bigger boost when you get up to those higher levels. So next sets will definitely be worth using again, which is why they are currently rising. And God Wars armor, along with Barrows, might be getting a buff to the defensive stats a bit, and those are, all these Bandos are definitely rising. I'm not sure about the others, but that's kind of nice to see because, to be honest, next sets weren't worth using, which is why they crashed so much in the EOC, but they're gonna regain quite a bit of value now. So next we have strength boosts and set effects. So they're adding a strength boost to all the next sets, Torva, Pernix and Virtus, and also some other items like the Bandos chestplate. I'm guessing we'll see the Armadillo chestplate and the, was it Robe of Subjugation chestplate, whatever that's actually called. Those might have a strength boost as well. But as well as this, the next gear will have a strength boost in the form of a set effect. So I'm not sure. I think player owned port armor may be getting a set effect as well, but next gear definitely is, and this means that you'll need higher combat levels and higher gear to defeat the best opponents, the best NPCs. So the next thing is the healing effect of abilities, and this was definitely a needed nerf, because they're nerfing regeneration and rejuvenation, which are both defensive abilities, and these were quite clearly overpowered because you didn't actually need food at bosses. You could just use these two and you would be completely fine. So they're nerfing rejuvenation so that the cooldown is 5 minutes, which means it's more of an emergency heal rather than just to heal every boss kill. Also, regeneration has been, the effects of it has been reduced by 20%. So you're going to need more food, and this also is going to make Rocktails, Sharks, Brews possibly, they're all going to rise and make skilling a bit more profitable, and really the food should be needed and should be higher. And then next, this is the final main update, is the addition of chaotic claws, and it's not going to be the same as normal chaotic weaponry. This is just you can buy a chaotic add-on and attach it to the claws, kind of how you get a draconic visage and attach it to a dragon fire shield. And this chaotic add-on is going to be a lot cheaper than your chaotic rapier or longsword, and I think you're going to need to buy a offhand and a main hand one, but basically this is going to provide the dragon claws with a faster attack speed and an increased critical chance. And this is definitely a good update, because the thing is, dragon claws have crashed so much. They're like 700k, well they were before this blog was posted, but they were like 700k, now they're at least 5 mil or so. But I mean, before the EOC they were like a good 10 mil, and before the EOC was announced they were like 20 mil or so. So they have crashed a lot, and this will definitely boost their price up again and will make tormented demons actually worth killing, I think. So that is basically all of these updates, it looks like. And one thing I will mention with the healing effects is this nerf is needed, but I think they're punishing tanks a bit too much, because I think if you actually use a shield, then these abilities just stay the same. But if you do what most people do and just bring a shield switch, then yeah, the nerf is good. But I think if you do use a shield for the whole trip, then these nerfs shouldn't affect you, because this actually makes the shield worth using, because you have better chance of survival but for a much lower damage per second. And with the chaotic claws, I'm kind of going back, but just this is the last one. With the chaotic claws, I think these will be slash, so it's kind of replacing the chaotic longsword. I'm not quite sure how that will work, but it's weird, it depends on the damage that the claws can do. The chaotic longsword may be the best choice if you want a solid, just an all-purpose weapon really, but these claws could be very good for PvP again, and maybe it could be good for bossing as well, so we'll see. But the good thing about a chaotic longsword is it's completely free, as opposed to these you might have to spend like the 10 mil, even 20 mil if the claws keep rising to actually be able to get a pair. So that's basically it. The remaining part is just the Calvite King and also the Rain Slayer dungeon. We'll need the best gear for to be able to do it, so I'm guessing both will need next sets. And we've also got next game update. They're adding the Hattie and Skull, these wolf things. So, and also some other player recommended changes. So that's basically it. You should definitely read this post if you haven't already, just to get a better idea and see what is all said. But I think I've gone over most of it, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all later.